This is Whitney. Whitney, you've agreed to let me video our session today. And I do have to tell you that anything you say here is confidential. I won't repeat it to anybody, unless, of course, you want to harm yourself or somebody else, in which I would share that with the appropriate people. If at any time you feel uncomfortable and you want me to stop video, and we can do that too. Okay? So what did you want to talk about today?
I'll start off by giving you some background.
Okay.
25 years old, married, 6 years this year. I have a 2-year-old that just hit terrible twos, and I'm currently 5 months along with a little girl, and I'm stressed, and I need some tips on how to relax and get through it.
So typically what brings on like the anxiety and the stress? Like
waking up. Just day-to-day routine. I work full-time, so by the time I get home, I have to pick up the toddler, I have to cook, I have to clean, I have to bathe him, bathe myself, take time to relax, enjoy, try to spend time with the husband that I can, and just by that time it's midnight, I'm tired, and I have to get up and do it all again next morning.
Have you tried any techniques in relieving stress, like going for a short walk or doing anything like that?
No, I really have not. Before I had my 2-year-old, I used to smoke. I was a smoker. That was a way for me to relieve the stress. And of course, before I was pregnant, a glass of wine at night would help. No, you can't do that. Pregnant, can't smoke, can't drink. So the tension kind of builds up, and then I just end up exploding at anybody that crosses my path.
Have you talked with your husband about this?
I can't really depend on him much right now with his health issues that are going on. So on top of all just the day-to-day activities, I have to worry about him and his health and what's going on with him. So the stress kind of gets to me.
So I was thinking maybe if you could talk with him about maybe once a week, could he do a date night? Is it where he can get out of the house? Like how severe are his health problems?
He can get out the house. He just has to make himself get out the house. Then, you would have to deal with finding a sitter, which I'd be open to do. I'm willing to try what it takes to help out with the stress. Especially at this moment, I don't need it because I'm pregnant. If she wasn't inside of me, I'd be able to handle more stress. And I know it's only going to be more stressful when she's here. So I'm kind of between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah. I think maybe a good idea would be to be able to step out, take a break, maybe depend on some family to come in and help you out some, help out with maybe just the day-to-day task also, come in, your mom, maybe if she could help, somebody just until he can get back on his feet, just relieve some of the stress that you're feeling. Have you talked with your family about needing help, or you try to just do it all on your own?
I try to do it all on my own, and I think that's where it's biting me in the butt.
I think so too. Then maybe if you were to reach out to your mom or your sister, or if you have an aunt or your dad or somebody that would be willing to help you come in and maybe relieve some of that stress, just so you can take a break. It's not healthy for you to be under a lot of stress since you're pregnant.
Yeah, I just, we depend on his family so much for watching the kids. I hate to bug them, so now it's kind of turning to a point where I'm going to have to involve my family more. His family can't do that so much, and at this time I kind of need some way, at least for the next couple of months. So we got to figure out ways that I can help reduce the stress level that's going on right now before it hurts me.
Right. Have you thought of any activities maybe you could take you and your 2-year-old to do, just you and him, just something fun to get out of the house, just non-stress related? Have you tried that?
No, I really haven't tried anything. Just by the time I get home, I'm tired. I mean, I guess there comes to a point where I have to make time, let the house go.
Right.
Go dirty so I can take him and get out the house and let him play on the playground, be with other kids, do something.
There are some Mommy and Me classes that would be fun if you could take him to. There's different Mommy and Me yoga or Mommy and Me gym class, painting, all kinds of things that maybe you could check into that would relieve some stress.
Yeah, definitely got to do something different. I'll look into Mommy and Me, and I'll look in, trying to get out the house, 30 minutes a day, before or after dinner, just to get out and walk around, just get some fresh air.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe you could also include your husband in that, the 30-minute walk, if he's able to do that. Just something so maybe you could just talk about your day and get some things off your chest rather than holding it in, and just letting it boil over to you, yelling and screaming.
Yeah, I'm willing to do anything to help our relationship, because it does put a strain on us. But I'm willing to try anything to help me, because I know stress leads to high blood pressure, and and I really don't need that, and I don't want it to come back to hurt me in the future that I stay so hyped up all the time.
I think another thing that you guys could try was maybe putting your child to bed early and maybe having like a movie night at home. That way, if he doesn't feel like leaving, you could still just unwind and just be you two and maybe just talk and watch a movie, or put your child to bed and then eat dinner together, just you and him, so that y'all would have some alone time. That way you can talk about your day and talk about what stress you're under, and maybe just relax a little bit so you're not so stressed out all the time.
Yeah, I would have to get my toddler on the schedule, but maybe after that worked out, maybe we would have a little while before she got here that we could, just take some time together.
And maybe writing down a schedule is a good idea. Just so you'll know what to expect every day at what time. That sometimes just knowing what to expect can relieve stress also. Just having, so there's not that unknown factor of what are you going to do when you get home, what are you going to eat, what time are you going to go to bed. If you had a set schedule, that may help some also. And you could include your husband in writing that.
I definitely have to get the toddler on more of a straight schedule. And, one mistake I made with him was putting him in the bed with us, which at the time, that's what I needed with him. But now that he's older, he's more mobile, more vocal. He's just hard to get to sleep. And he won't sleep in his own bed, so that's something that we got to tackle before she gets here, too. And I think that me not getting a good rest at night, I think that doesn't help me, and I'm not sleeping good. So, of course, the next day I'm more tired. And it's just catching up with me, too. I think that kind of going on, too.
Yeah, I agree with that. So maybe you could work on those things. Maybe next time you come in, we'll talk about your schedule. If you could just plan that out for a day, and we'll go over that and discuss that and see how that's working. We can talk about that.
Okay. I'd be willing to write a schedule and have it here for our next conversation and go over it and see if there's any things that I've been doing here lately that have helped.
Good, great. So now that we have discussed writing down a schedule, let's talk about maybe some breathing techniques that you could do when you're starting to feel very stressed and overwhelmed. Just maybe some short, deep breathing things that you can do just to take a second and try to relieve some of the stress that you're feeling. Just take a step back and then take care of the situation. Does that sound like something you could do? Could you just kind of calm down, take a few breaths, and then handle the situation, you think?
Stop, think about it, take a couple of breaths, and move on from the situation. I'm willing to try.
Yeah, one thing that works for me with my children is if they spill a drink, it tends to upset me. But when I take a second and I realize a spilled drink is not the end of the world, you can clean it up. And then when I calm down for a second, then I realize it's really not that stressful of a situation, even though maybe at the moment it seemed very stressful, but when you take a step back, you realize it's not as stressful as you're making it out to be sometimes.
The problem is just taking that moment, because I see it as, oh my gosh, just one more thing on my list that I have to do.
Right.
And so that kind of gets to me.
So it sounds like maybe a lot of your stress too is coming from doing everything alone. Is that right? Your lack of help.
Yeah, I feel like I'm alone doing everything.
And have you talked with your husband about that?
Yeah, but there's really nothing we could do until we figure out his health issue.
Right. Is he willing to maybe do like a couples retreat with you? Just like maybe some team building stuff, just so you and him get on the same page where that you feel like you are a part of a team and not doing everything on your own?
I'm willing to try. In the moment, I sit back and I don't think about these things because I'm too busy to sit there and think about what to do. And so that's where I was needing advice on what to do, because I do feel like I'm alone, and I've been alone for quite some time, just doing everything and having to worry about me, 2 kids, and then him on top of it, the bills, the mortgage, the cooking, the cleaning, the family, having to worry about everything.
It really sounds like you and him could benefit from maybe doing some couples counseling together, just so you can get on the same page, if he was willing to do that and willing to sit down and just hear what you had to say? Is he aware of your feelings? Have you tried to share that with him?
I think he hears it.
Does he hear it? Are you yelling at him, or are you sitting and talking with him?
I've tried both. Sometimes it works being nice, sometimes it doesn't work being nice. I've tried both ways with him. Like I said, I think he hears it. I don't think he comprehends it.
I think probably a more effective way of talking with him would be to sit down and talk, maybe like me and you were talking. I think a lot of times people shut down whenever you yell at them or scream, or, nobody enjoys being yelled at.
But it's only going to work if he realizes how he is versus how I am.
Right. So I think maybe some couples counseling would be a good idea.
I'll definitely look into that too. I'll put it on the list. At this point, I'm willing to try anything.
Have you ever considered keeping a journal also?
I actually used to keep a journal when I was in high school due to like peer pressure and just because I was at the popular one, I was kind of living on to the polls. So I have kept one from high school before. Whether or not it helped, at the moment I guess it did. But since then I haven't kept a journal. But that's something that you think I would benefit from. I'm willing to try.
Yeah, I think keeping a journal is a great idea, just to write down how you're feeling.
And how I handled the situation, maybe.
You could maybe jot down some things that happened throughout the day that upset you, how you handled it, and then you can go back and reflect on maybe what could you have done differently if you didn't handle it well. So the next time it happens, you can kind of have an idea of, okay, well, this happened, so next time this happens, this is how I'm going to handle it.
Maybe I could bring the husband into the journal and be like, let's review this week or let's review this day.
Yeah.
Maybe
then he would kind of see some of your struggles and see where you're coming from. And so then maybe that would help open his eyes a little bit to help you out some where he can.
Yeah. I'm willing to do the journal and to try to get Gabriel on the schedule, to start, writing it down at least, and then trying to wake him up at a certain time, put him to bed at a certain time, dinner at a certain time. Maybe more of a schedule would benefit me and him better.
I think so. So maybe the next time we meet, we can talk about your schedule, how well that's going, any problems that you might have, and how we can work through those. And bring your journal. We can talk about some things that have gone on during the week, and maybe how to better handle them the next time if you didn't do so well at that present time. Because, it is hard to relax and take a step back when something upsets you. Because it's easy just to react rather than to just take a moment before you react.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just so in the moment because I'm so busy doing so many things that I don't have that time to self-soothe. So I got to figure out ways that I can help myself. I got to figure out ways that I can help our marriage.
Yeah, that's a great idea. And we definitely do want to get your husband involved in that because it is a team effort. It's not just you against the world all by yourself.
I feel like I'm trying to be super mom, which what woman does it?
But. Yeah. So it's a great idea to bring him in on this as well so he can work towards y'all just being on the same page, just being a team. And that way maybe you wouldn't feel so stressed out all the time, especially with baby number 2 coming quickly.
Yeah.
So if marriage counseling is something that you're considering, I myself am not equipped to do that. However, I can refer you to someone. I do know some people, that do marriage counseling. If that's something you would like, I can have a list of people next time we meet to refer you to, so maybe you and your husband could go together and do that.
Okay.
And also, if you'd like, I can look up some couples retreats, so maybe you guys can take like a baby moon before the baby gets here. Just
maybe well needed at this time.
Right. Just
maybe that would help.
Yeah, I think it would if he's willing to do that. And you can discuss that with him this week and let me know next time we meet, and then we can go from there.
Yeah, I hope he has a open mind to it. I want to help myself just as much as I want to help everybody else. So I need to put myself in the very top priority right now.
Right. So maybe one thing you could do when you sit down at home with him to make your schedule is just to sit and talk and express to him how you really need some help and maybe that you want it to work. And so these are some things you're willing to do if he's willing to do that as well.
Okay.
And so if you guys can get on the same page, then I think that will probably take care of a lot of your stress that you're feeling and your anxiety that you're feeling.
If I feel like I have help, then I think that will help. So
Yeah. So maybe you can share that with him and he can kind of understand where you're coming from.
I will.
Okay, so thank you for coming and meeting with me today. And I look forward to us going over all the stuff we talked about this week. We'll recap next week and we'll look at your schedule and your journal. And I think those are some good ideas to get you started, just to kind of ease that stress a little bit.
All right. Thank you.